Have you ever stopped to think that every single day of your life is actually a preparation for death? It sounds heavy, but this isn't about fueling fear. It's about a radical awakening. In the West, we often treat death as a medical failure or a tragic interruption of our real lives. We are a culture obsessed with anti-aging, life hacks, and the pursuit of more time. But there are no U-turns. Every sunrise is a quiet reminder that our existence is finite, and the only way to live without a constant, underlying anxiety is to learn the art of living for the eulogy, not the resume. Our journey isn't just a race toward an end. It's about giving a complete account of ourselves to ourselves. Death isn't a terrifying wall. It's the final graduation of the life we've been practicing for. We often play a game of pretend, busy with the resume side of life, chasing titles, houses, and social status. We use this artificial busyness to drown out the quiet realization that everything we're grasping at will eventually slip through our fingers. But at a funeral, no one talks about your salary or your promotions. They talk about your character. They talk about how you made them feel. True preparation means shifting your focus from accumulation to contribution. It's what the Stoics called memento mori, remembering that you must die. This isn't meant to be depressing. It is a tool for priority. If you knew today was your last day, would you spend it arguing over a parking spot or scrolling through social media? Probably not. You'd call the people you love. You'd look at the sky. Preparing for the end means cleaning your emotional house. It's about closing the open loops in your life, forgiving that old friend, telling your family you're proud of them, and being honest with yourself. A friend once told me about his father's final days. The old man would just sit in the garden every evening, watching the sunset. He wasn't in pain, he was just smiling peacefully, as if he were whispering to himself, "I'm ready." That was the moment my friend realized that being ready isn't about having a massive inheritance or a famous name. It's about having a home for your soul, a place where your spirit can finally rest because you lived with intention. In modern terms, this is the ultimate form of emotional intelligence. It is the realization that a life well lived is one where you showed up for the moments that mattered. Think about the simple things, eating a meal and actually tasting every bite, or spending time with a friend without checking your phone. These small, mindful actions are the eulogy moments. They are the bricks you use to build a legacy of presence, rather than just a mountain of possessions. We are so afraid of goodbyes because we have built our entire identity around things we can lose. But if we see our roles, our wealth, and even our relationships as beautiful, temporary gifts, the fear starts to lose its grip. Life is precious precisely because it has a deadline. It's the limited nature of our time that makes every hug, every conversation, and every breath valuable. I remember a man in his 90s who spent every morning tending his small garden. He said, "I know I'll have to leave one day, but as long as I do what needs to be done today, my heart is at peace." He didn't care about the quantity of time he had left. He only cared about the quality of his awareness. The meaning of life isn't about stretching the clock. It's about making the clock shine. When we stop running from the inevitable and start accepting it as part of the contract of being alive, we drop a massive weight. Life becomes lighter, more vivid. Being ready means reconciling with yourself. We all carry emotional debt, mistakes that haunt us, words we wish we could take back, or anger at things we couldn't change. Holding on to these only creates more suffering for the person holding them. To forgive others, and more importantly, to forgive yourself, is to clear the path. Every time you choose peace over being right, you're gathering the courage you'll need for the final stretch. Death isn't some distant, dark event. It's a daily whisper that reminds us not to take this moment for granted. Every time you stand up, every breath you take, every smile you give, these are all acts of respect for the life you've been given. We can't predict when the road ends, but we can definitely choose the scenery along the way. The depth of a life isn't measured in years, but in how much you were actually there to witness it. Imagine someone saying on their final day, "I lived a busy life, but I lived an honest one." They aren't afraid because they didn't live on autopilot. This isn't just a theory, it's a way to navigate the unexpected turns of fate. It's about living with infinite warmth in a finite amount of time. So every morning when you open your eyes, remember you are moving toward the end. But also remember that every kind word and every moment of clarity is your preparation for that final, great completion. When that day comes, may you face it with a clear heart, knowing that your life was a practice well spent. Death isn't the end of the story. It's the moment your journey becomes a masterpiece. You aren't just a passenger on this train. You're the one deciding which windows to look out of. Living with the end in mind doesn't take the joy out of life. It is the very thing that gives life its flavor.